Okay. Well, there's some wings there, I guess.
Tardaremos eternidades.
Huh?
¿Cuántos años?
Un paso a la vez. Un día a la vez.
Como si tuviéramos el...
Who's that?
Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died. More will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way.
Yeah, wouldn't say this person's the most talented poet, but, you know, that still sounds a bit... Oh. A bit dodgy. Right. Another one. Dela Cruz arrives.
Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the three of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, de la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 36. They have prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother de la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well.
I mean, quite interesting stories begin to unfold about Lopez and his arrival, and how all this stuff got set up, and the ultimate fate of the box, etc. I feel like I probably need to go back down now. Let's just head back down next to Jonah, see if he's got anything new to say. So currently he's not really helping me to find anything. Thank you. Thank you, Jonah.
There's a whole mural under here.
The amount of times we've removed murals and found stuff underneath. This happened in Kowakiaku as well.
Cruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are just stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere. When we find the box, how do we get the key back from Dominguez?
We'll find a way.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll do my best to try and find the cross.
I can only imagine.
See, it's another reason why this bloodline stuff to me just seems silly when you really think about it. The bloodline isn't always the best way to continue. I mean, look at Game of Thrones, man. Just because someone is of that bloodline doesn't necessarily make them the best ruler for a particular place. He's a kid. He might be a great kid, he might be an intelligent kid, he might be a mature kid, but he's still a kid. What if he was a bad kid? What if he was just some random little idiot child and they're still going to make him the king anyway, just because of the bloodline? It's BS, I'm sorry. I get that, like, that's their culture and that's how it's supposed to be and whatever, but like looking at it as an outsider, it just makes no sense. And well, I'm from the UK where we have kings and queens, albeit in a very symbolic role in this day and age. Where that cross? Well, this looks crossy to me. Spent a bit of time looking up top, but there it is.
Found something?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this.
Jonah could say that about 90% of what's happened in this story, or any other Tomb Raider story.
Looks like a long way down. Let's see where this leads. Station 2. Jesus falls the first time.
There's an inscription here. Ambulate dum lucem habitus.
Walk while you have the light.
That's some pretty dope artwork, I gotta say. Okay, now she's getting real. The silver box is close. Let's have the light.
I wouldn't want to be buried in here. My head caught some kind of cross somewhere.
Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you.
Sounds like a hint.
Or a threat.
This looks like the Virgin Mary.
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.
Okay.
I knew it was dusty.
I guess we have to keep... That's a pretty awesome way to set up this puzzle.
I'll give you a boost. Hey, work. Light leads this way.
Yes, thank you, Jonah. Let's go. I don't think there's anything else in here. Right, finally they've stopped scattering more loot about in important places.
What happened to these people?
Looks like the light activated something.
Lara! Are you alright? You're lucky it was a little rusted.
This must be Station 4.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at these frescoes.
Wow.
It looks like he's accepting the cross here.
Wow. Just effort. A lot of fucking effort, man, went into designing this game.
Look, someone else got close. He wasn't as lucky.
Can I move this? I can.
this was just a crypt. I'll get it.
I mean, I'm not sure. Does it really matter which one I... Okay. I think that worked.
Yeah, Station 5. Jesus falls the second time.
And then? Are we going to get crucified and entombed?
Lara, is that what I think it is?
The Stations of the Cross again.
But with mummies. Isn't this sacrilegious?
Not necessarily. They could have been paying the ultimate homage.
Or they were just sick?
This must be Station 6.
Wow. This has probably been the most morbid game out of all of the Tomb Raider.
These ones are posed like monks.
Uh-huh.
The most morbid Tomb Raider that I played out of the reboots. There's just been so much death. So much death and so many skeletons and stuff. Like, this is creepy as fuck. Alright, let me get some photography mode here. Like, this is a pretty crazy scene. Look at it. It's weird.
So Lopez staged the whole crucifixion. Seems sacrilegious.
I think this was a place of worship for an underground sect.
Yep.
I guess this is the sect from the pamphlet.
Jesus, nailed to the cross.
This was disgusting. Glad I wasn't around when Lopez was.
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure how, like...
That inscription. Do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable to kill the soul. Is that meant for us?
Don't let Lopez get in your head. He's caused enough trouble already.
I was
Let's do this.
going to say it's clear that whatever this sect is very
I
strange.
think he's taking up the cross. He's carrying the cross. They're carrying him.
Yeah, these are all pretty
They're
self-explanatory, but...
lifting him. She's wiping his face, I think.
Okay. I think it's time to try and solve this once and for all. Oh. Right, that's a start. No. Right, so we have to complete the story here. I was looking to try and get it to the center straight away, but I think I might be jumping the gun by doing that. Oh. Ah, okay. Right, this is going to be a little bit elaborate.
What's the first step of the crucifixion?
Not sure.
Okay.
Maybe it's on the pamphlet.
That's a good shout.
Strange, there are only 7 stations. This must be based on an older tradition. Jesus takes up the cross, falls the first time, meets his mother. Then Veronica wipes his face before he falls the second time. Then he is crucified.
Okay, thank you. We don't need you to narrate every time. So I think it's probably... Wait. What about this one, though? There's no light on this side. I'm not sure how I can make the central bit rotate round to this one. Does that mean we start from this side?
She's wiping his face, I
So
think.
it's not that.
El-
So they're saying it's definitely one of these three that we have to start with. Then surely it's this one first. Of the three anyway that we have here. Okay. Right, they're lifting him onto the cross. Then I can use this one. I weren't playing with this last puzzle, man.
He's carrying the cross. I think he's taking up the cross. Jesus nailed to the cross.
Okay, so I think it's Jesus nailed to the cross, and then what, he falls the first time? Right? Because that's the only one that makes sense following on from the first one. Surely. Okay. Well, what about the rest? I thought there was 7.
What the hell happened here?
Lopez had his disciple wall him in, and then... bang.
No witnesses.
The Box of Ix Chel. Only the hands of the righteous one may seize destiny from mine.
I guess it's you then.
He led us on this goose chase. He sabotaged every clue.
All to keep this box from Trinity.
And the people of Paititi. He was totally consumed by it.
It's about time we had some underwater action. Sorry, Jonah, we've got to go, man. I'm sure it'll be fine. He always is. Where's the box? We won't question where she put the box. Go, go, go. Okay. You know she's gonna make it, but you still feel the intensity in these scenes, man. Like, my finger is pushing the analog stick hard. What?
Where is she?
I don't know.
I just need the box.
Fuck you!
Well, I guess we're done here.
Amaru!
Stop!
Let him go!
Release him, and I will give you the box.
Lara, what are you doing?
I've lost enough people.
I know you have. Your father was brilliant.
He was taken from me before I could know.
He was my friend. But he was obsessed, relentless.
You didn't know him.
He refused to see the potential for destruction in his work. He had to be stopped.
Oh.
You had him killed.
He was going to lead the public to Paititi. Everything I love, everything I fought for. My world would have been destroyed.
And what about my world?
You can't think it's the same.
It is to a 9-year-old girl. I was a child.
There was too much at stake. An entire civilization, hundreds of years of independence, thousands of lives. I had no choice.
There's always a choice. It's not too late. You can honor Unuratu and restore the sun.
No. The threat must be removed.
You're a low, selfish, murdering coward.
And you, Lara? How many lives have you ended? In pursuit of what?
Lara, go!
Stop him!
Oh boy. And that cutscene right there is exactly why Jonah's in the story. Okay. More of this.
If there's any change in our status, he'll tell us.
So yeah, that cutscene
I hope I get to see it when they take it out of
is one of these stories where Lara calls him a selfish coward and stuff, but come on man, the premise behind why he killed, why he had Lara's father killed is not all that strange, to be honest, if you ask me.
Keep this channel clear.
Yes, from Lara's perspective it might be that way, but
The situation is being handled. I say again, keep this channel clear. Rourke out.
it's really not as bad as Lara's making it out it is.
Gotta hand it to them. This is a heck of a place to live.
Now this one's on his own.
Taking casualties! Copy that. Weapons free. Oh shit, I better look around.
Right. I think I'll be safe like right in this corner.
There.
And I can get the double stealth kill if I really need it. I think.
There. On me! Cover all sides!
Is he going to come all the way into the corner?
No visual.
I'm hoping not.
We'll find her. No visual. How about you?
Wow, they really did come all the way into the corner. Fine. I was not expecting that to happen. Fine. Fuck it, let's fight. Wow, they explode on impact. See how bad my aim is? Normally I'm so much better at that. I thought this was an explodable barrel over here, so I tried to blow it up, but it's a waste of time. What I need are bullets, man. I need a lot of them. Okay, it's a little better. Alright, cool. So while I'm here, now that I've covered this, I've cleared this little area, let's talk about that cutscene that we just saw. So Dominguez basically confesses that he had Lara's father killed, and remember when I was talking about like trying to understand his motivations in the story from his perspective and stuff. It's another one of these things when you look at it from Amaru's perspective. At the end of the day, if he really is like a legit pietician who is like devoted to his people and his civilization, then the idea that he wants to protect the civilization from outsiders at all costs seems perfectly natural to me. So when he said to Lara, "You can't possibly think it's the same," I was like, "Yeah, I think you're right, man," because like he is trying to protect the civilization. She was just, if anyone was being selfish, it was her. She's like, "I was a 9-year-old girl. You took my father away from me. Yes, that's horrible." But at the end of the day, he's talking about an entire civilization of people that includes like a whole bunch of children. So, you know, it's not like Lara doesn't kill anyone or hasn't killed anyone to achieve her own goals that are, on average, a bit more personal and revenge-driven than Dominguez's. So it's quite an interesting scene. Like, there's a lot of ways in which you can definitely understand where Dominguez is coming from. It's just always the case that the way they choose to achieve their goals are what makes them evil. It's not always the goal itself, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a classic case of just Lara like killing plenty of people that she didn't really always have to kill, but she did anyway. And for what? Because, you know, but that's always how it goes in these stories. Now, what next?
This is Rourke. Jonah Maeva has the box, and Lara Croft was last seen in the church. Find them.
They just left her alone in the church. It was chaos in there, obviously. But this is Croft. There was something more important to worry